Now, Mr. Ihab, maybe we can shed some light on USA immigration or on USA in general.
Okay.
Because we do have a lot of people or a lot of potential clients who are interested into migrating to the US. And we do know that you have a lot of expertise in this area.
I know that many people are interested to migrate into the US. Should I assume that we should focus on the investment part of it?
As a start, yes.
As a start, okay. Now, going back to what we said about investment, okay, financial or the economy itself, the system of rules and regulations, and the legal system. Now, the US is amazing. The United States is a mega economy. I'm focusing right now on the economy. The GDP of the US, it is touching the $30 trillion. $30 trillion, okay? This is the size of the economy of the US, okay? And it is almost 26 to 27% of the total global GDP, i.e., this country alone, with 340 million people, their contribution into the total global economy is 26 to 27, and we are talking about, again, $30+ trillion. And the GDP per capita, they are touching the levels of 90K, and they are marching towards the 100K per capita. This is massive. This is not an economy. This is not a mega economy. This is a super mega economy, okay? Why I'm saying this? Because when you have an economy of that magnitude and of that size, definitely the opportunities are there. The investment opportunities are there. This is 26% of the total global economy. Now, so the first element, the economy and the opportunities are there. They are there. You can see it with your own eyes, just looking into a couple of numbers here and there. In terms of rules and regulations, I will start from the bottom, okay? You cannot have 26 or 27% of the total global economy without having robust yet agile set of rules and regulations. It cannot happen. If your system is not robust or if the system is not agile enough, it cannot grow. So, as a result, the system is there, it is robust, and it is agile, allowing and inviting for investors to come in. And the legal system, again, is very robust because you know, in the US, you have two levels within the US. You have the federal level and you have the state level. And you have the state level. And both of those, they have their own legal systems and they are there. Your investment is protected. Just do what you are supposed to do. Do the right things. The economy is there. The system is there. And the legal system is there to protect you.
I think here I would like to add some points, especially that we do meet a lot of investors and business people who have their existing business outside the USA, and they are not very aware that there are opportunities of actually expanding their business to the USA if their business nature is of desire there, and of course, if their business is eligible there. So we will be also speaking about that at a later stage.
Okay. See, Dana, the more I think about the US economy, I would say the following. The overall system in the US is, I would say, economy-centric system. What I mean by that is that just look into any individual running for election on the state level or on the country level and etc., and just try to watch one of his speeches during the campaign. Okay, you will be seeing him talking, let's say, for 1 hour. Out of this 1 hour, probably 40 to 50 minutes talking about the economy. And when they talk about the economy, they talk about growth. They talk about job opportunities, job creation, stability, etc. So the overall system is very economy-centric. And the economy itself, so the system is economy-centric. And the economy is entrepreneurship-centric. What I mean by that is that this country or this economy has an amazing ability of attracting talent and inviting talents to excel. This is entrepreneurship. Look into the amount of success stories. Now, I know that people just look into probably Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. Okay, those are super mega successes, okay? But this does not mean that those are the only entrepreneurs who have succeeded. Now, certain success has come in the magnitude of hundreds of billions, and other successes have come into magnitude of hundreds of millions, and others in tens of millions. So it is entrepreneurship centric. And the last point about that economy is that being a very, very much innovation driven. You are welcome to put your investment in the US if you are an entrepreneur and come up with some new idea, innovative. Now, having said that, people who want to go there and to do investments, okay, they can broadly go into two different lines. Either go and start a new business, a newly fresh start business, or if they have already existing business that is running and that is successful, they have the option to go there through opening a branch office and etc. And the programs are there and they are available. You can go this route, you can go that route, and etc. So the options are there.
Now, Mr. Ihab, going back to education inside the USA.
You know, Dana, numbers do not lie. Okay. Speaking about the education in the US, out of the top 100 universities in the world, 36 are in the US. Zooming more, out of the top 10, so out of the top 100, 36. Out of the top 10, 6 or 7. What does this tell you? Is that the education, and especially the universities and the college in the US, are on the top, not all of them, for sure not all of them, but they are there and they are on the top. And more importantly, or parallel to that, I would better said, parallel to that is that when you migrate to the US, you have the option of joining that success in terms of the education. And being a permanent resident or a citizen of the US, okay, the cost associated with that education drops dramatically. So it becomes affordable. It becomes an option that you can afford and you should consider. So speaking about the education of the US, again, 36 out of the top 100, 7 out of the top 10, and being a US citizen or even a permanent resident, the cost is very affordable to do that. Okay?
Which is a great deal.
Which is a great deal. You know what, Dana, when we were talking about the reasons why people consider, often we run into situations where people have less demands. And what I mean by less demands is that they are considering the option of migrating to a different home for a very simple reason. They need better access to that particular place and better access to the rest of the world. And what we refer to sometimes is that I want to enjoy second citizenship that comes with the privilege of being able to travel and access different countries in a less hassle way, i.e. probably it could be visa-free, it could be visa on arrival, and etc. Now, for those who are their goal and their objective is very specific, and this is their first priority. I guess you can share with them that we have what we refer to as a fast track option to countries where the requirements are less and the time is less, and you still get the benefits out of that. Something like St. Lucia or Barbados, and those, because it's still an investment program. It's still an investment program, but the requirements are less and the time is much quicker, and that's why we refer to it as a fast track.
Whether it was St. Kitts or Dominica or St. Lucia, there are certain requirements, but yes, it is 100% true that it is considered as a fast-track option. And there is also something very interesting for people who are not willing to relocate, that those options are available for people who are financially capable, who are eligible, and who at this point are not capable of any relocation outside of their country of residency.
Yes. I think this is a very good option. This is a very good option for people within the criteria that you have just mentioned, Dana, which is financially they are capable of doing that. Relocating for them is an issue and they prefer not to relocate, and their objective is investment plus access. So this is a very good option for them, and later on they can even develop some other plans in the future.
Great. Now, Mr. Ihab, what are some tips or some advices that you would like to give to people or to potential candidates who are planning to start their immigration journey with Lavair?
Okay. You see, I go back to basics, okay?